When her husband left for a week, she thought it would be just another lonely stretch of quiet nights. But what happened next unlocked a side of her that was bold, sensual, and wildly unexpected. A story of self-discovery, secret desires, and a love reignited in the most intimate way. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment. And one request, please always keep smile. The house felt too quiet after Jacob left. The clinking sound of his suitcase wheels as he rolled them down the hallway had faded hours ago, but the echo still lingered in my mind. My name is Emily Foster, 32 years old, married for nearly 6 years, and for the first time in a while, I felt like I was truly alone. Jacob had flown out to Chicago for a week-long business trip. It wasn't the first time. As a marketing executive, he often traveled, but something about this time felt different. I stared out the bedroom window, watching the late spring rain fall against the glass. The sky matched my mood, gray, heavy, uncertain. I made myself a cup of chamomile tea and curled up on the couch. I wore his oversized hoodie, the one that still smelled like his cologne, mixed with his natural scent, familiar and comforting. I missed him already, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I was missing something deeper, something inside myself. Our marriage had grown safe. Predictable. We loved each other, but routine had crept into our intimacy. We kissed goodbye in the morning, had dinner together when he wasn't traveling, and occasionally made love, but always in the same way, the same rhythm, the same script. I didn't know if I had changed or if we both had, but I couldn't deny the restlessness building inside me. That night, I decided to do something I hadn't done in years, just spend time with myself. Not in the passive, watch Netflix and scroll on my phone kind of way. I wanted to be fully present. I turned on some soft jazz, lit a vanilla-scented candle, and drew a warm bath. The scent of lavender bath oil filled the room as the steam rose around me, curling against my skin like a whisper. I sank into the tub, the water wrapping around me like an embrace. I closed my eyes and let my hands glide over my body, not in a sexual way at first, but just feeling, noticing. I remembered the younger version of myself, the one who used to be curious and open, not just with others but with herself. A memory flashed of my college days, when I used to dance in front of the mirror just because it made me feel alive. When I finally got out of the bath, my skin glowed, my heart beat a little faster, and my body felt lighter, more aware. I stood in front of the mirror in my silky robe, untying it slowly just to see how I reacted to myself. It was thrilling. For the first time in a long time, I saw not just a wife or a woman, but me, my sensuality, my softness, my confidence. I went to bed that night, not with longing for Jacob, but with a sense of awakening in my own skin. The next morning, I decided to try something spontaneous. I had always been curious about pole fitness, yes, the sexy kind, but had never dared. I signed up for a private intro class at a local studio under the name Emma Lane, not because I wanted to hide, but because it felt like stepping into another version of myself. The instructor, a tall and energetic woman named Kayla, welcomed me with a knowing smile. "Don't be shy," she said, "you're here to discover your power." The first session was awkward but exhilarating. My body struggled to hold poses, but I couldn't stop laughing. The music pulsed through me, and for those 60 minutes, I forgot I was a wife waiting for her husband to return. I was just Emily, wild, brave, alive. That night, I danced again in front of the mirror at home. This time in lingerie I hadn't worn in years. I felt beautiful. Not for anyone else, just for me. By the third day, I started journaling. I wrote about my desires, my fantasies, my regrets. I wrote about the things I wanted Jacob to do but had been too shy to say. I also wrote about the part of me that wanted to lead sometimes, to take control in the bedroom, to surprise him like he used to surprise me when we first got married. That night, I had a dream. Jacob had returned early and walked in on me dancing for myself. In the dream, he didn't stop me. He watched, mesmerized. When I woke up, I was breathless, my cheeks flushed. I wanted to make that dream a reality. I decided to film a private video for Jacob. Nothing explicit, but sensual, teasing, confident. I wore a black bodysuit, dimmed the lights, and used the new moves I had learned at the studio. I set my phone against the dresser and danced to Soda's No Ordinary Love. I smiled into the camera, letting him see the side of me I had rediscovered. I didn't send it. Not yet. I wanted to see his face in person when I showed it. 2 days before Jacob returned, I got a call from my best friend, Tessa. "You sound different," she said. "Like, sexy different. Did something happen?" "I think I happened," I laughed. "For the first time in years. You've got a glow. Keep that up." On the final night before Jacob's return, I set up the bedroom like a scene from one of those romance films. Satin sheets, dimmed lights, candles, a playlist of sultry slow jams. I stood in front of the mirror and practiced what I would say to him, how I would invite him into this new chapter. When he finally walked through the door the next evening, tired and rumpled from travel, he dropped his suitcase and looked at me. His eyes softened. "Wow. You look different." "Do I?" I stepped toward him, barefoot, wearing nothing but a silk robe and confidence. "Good different," he said, smiling, stepping closer. "I missed you," I whispered, brushing his hair back. "I missed you too." I guided him upstairs, his hand in mine. He didn't ask questions. He didn't need to. The video was playing softly on the screen in our bedroom. His eyes widened as he watched it for the first time. Then he turned to me, and something shifted in his gaze. Desire. Respect. Curiosity. "That's you?" he asked, eyes burning into mine. "That's me," I nodded. "The version I forgot about." He pulled me close and kissed me with a hunger I hadn't felt in months. Maybe years. That night, we made love like strangers who knew each other's secrets, like new lovers rediscovering old rhythms. I took control, then let him take it back. We laughed. We moaned. We whispered things we'd never said out loud. There was no routine. Just feeling. Raw and real. The next morning, Jacob held me close. "I don't know what happened while I was gone, but I love this version of you." "I think I just remembered who I was before life got too predictable," I whispered. "And I want to keep exploring her, with you." He smiled and brushed a kiss against my collarbone. "I'm in, Em. Let's fall in love again." And so we did. While Jacob was gone, I thought I would miss him. And I did. But what surprised me most was how deeply I missed myself. That week reminded me that being a wife doesn't mean losing the woman within. It means learning how to bring her forward again, and letting her shine. Now, whenever I look in the mirror, I see her. And so does he. Please press the bell icon for more interesting